Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me today. So you can see that today I'm going to be looking at a comparison chart of effective blended learning. So if you're interested in finding out what is effective blended learning and what effective blended learning is not, then please keep on watching. Okay, so you can see that I'm going to be comparing what effective blended learning is and what it's not. Let me just reduce myself and move myself into the corner here, make myself a little bit smaller so that you can just see what are the points that I've got. So blended learning, effective blended learning is basically a mixture of synchronous and asynchronous learning experiences, which together combine to create a much richer learning experience. And it is not the same as brick and mortar timetable with the same synchronous time, because we want to be able to utilize that affordance of the e-learning environment, which is the asynchronous learning part and the ubiquity of being able to access learning anytime, anywhere. So the blended learning environment also adopts an effective reflexive pedagogy. And there are many reflexive pedagogies in the online environment, which include ubiquity, collaborative intelligence, multimodal representation, and differentiation, just to point out a few. And it's not necessarily a fixed 50% asynchronous, 50% synchronous. It's not a recipe of that you have a certain percentage of asynchronous, a certain percentage of synchronous. It really depends on that balance that you have according to the context of your school and the culture as well. Effective blended learning also transforms your pedagogy so that the learning experiences are all integrated, coherent, and interconnected. And it's not just transferring a lecture style or a one-way broadcast, or I call webinar. That's not necessarily effective blended learning. And we want to encourage student agency, choice, and personalization in an effective blended learning environment. And it's not necessarily just transferring traditional learning experiences such as worksheets to the online environment. And then lastly, I mentioned before about that affordance of the multimodal and ubiquitous nature of digital tools so that we can actually really help our students to deeply understand concepts using the digital tools and enhancing learning. And it's not necessarily about just using the traditional assessments in the online environment, such as timed standardized tests. So I'm hoping that there was some controversy in what I just shared in terms of what effective blended learning is and what it's not. And I'm really interested to hear your views and your comments about what you think effective blended learning looks like. So I want to thank you so much for watching and joining me today. And I really hope to see you next time. Bye.